Hey everybody. I talk a lot about authenticity, being a real one, things like that. So today's moment of truth is going to go along with that. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 37. Just say yes or no. Anything else you say comes from the evil one. And in other versions, it's worded, let your yes be yes and your no, no. Right? And another way to break that down that I tell people is say what you mean and mean what you say. Somehow we as humanity have lost that ability to just be direct and open with one another, to be honest. Like everybody's got to try and hide something or have an ulterior motive. It's pretty distressing, to be honest. Um, but again, and we'll get into this a little further. A few more down the line, I go into this a little more about integrity, honesty, things of that nature, being treated fairly. But again, you know, I've never understood, that saying, it's okay that you don't understand them because it's something that you would never do. And I've never understood people that incessantly lie. You lie when you're afraid of the consequences. And some people, I wonder who it is they're afraid of. But that's between them. That's their journey, their cross to bear. That's one of the things we talk about here is, you know, you reap what you sow. You're going to get out what you put in. If you refuse accountability, if you know you have bad habits, you see you're hurting people and you don't care to change, then that's going to be the ending to your story. But if you see that you are flawed, you are, just like every other human, and you put forth the honest effort to try and live a better life and do right by other people, your end will reflect that as well. Maybe not in the physical sense, but in the mental sense. That's another thing. You want to live without fear. I have had 3 heart attacks. I have been face to face with death at least 5 times in my life. 3 heart attacks, once with the croup, and once I had a bad car accident. So yeah, 5 times that I should have, for all intents and purposes, been gone, and I'm not. I'm still here. And in each of those moments, there I had fear, but now I know better. Because again, I've been through that enough that I know whatever God's plan is, and it is above my pay grade to know, whatever His plan is, it's going to end in my good, and I know that. What do I have to be afraid of? Even if in the next moment, right, something happens that causes my demise, if it is part of something that's going to make life better for other people, I'm okay with that. It's very hard to coerce somebody who does not feel fear. And I say it that way on specific, because fear is there. Fear is natural. It's one of the reasons we as humans have the trouble we do. We are going to feel fear. It's how we handle that fear, right? Years ago, one of the worst things that I ever imagined that could happen to me was losing the people I loved. And then it happened. And it hurt for a while, but then here I am, still, going, still standing, still doing what needs to be done. And again, not to be cold or callous about it. It's not that, I didn't care or anything of that nature. It's just that's the nature of life. And again, if you are honest, you will be well remembered. And you won't have to remember, stories and letting little secrets out. Because a lot of people try to keep secrets and they tell them themselves by their behaviors, if you know what to look for. But anywho, as usual, take care of yourselves, try and take care of each other. I'll see you in the next one.